this video, I'm gonna share with you something that'll make you convinced why the world government gave Captain Buggy the title of Yonko. I'm not saying that Captain Buggy is at Yonko level. What I'm saying is the reason behind world government's shocking decision. I know a lot of you didn't like the idea of Yonko Buggy, so you might be thinking, why did Buggy get the special treatment from the world government? I mean, when it's just Captain Kidd and Trafalgar Law didn't even manage to become a Yonko even after defeating a true Yonko, why did Buggy get the special privilege? Personally, I think Yonko Buggy makes perfect sense. Although I didn't expect him to become a Yonko, but it was inevitable. He'll also drift to Laugh Tale as Luffy and Blackbeard fight for supremacy. I need to present to you some of the facts about Captain Buggy that some of you might not like. But facts are facts, right? Among the opponents Luffy fought, he always fought them fair and square. He's honest and brave. But against Captain Buggy, we cannot say the same. The same honest and brave Luffy used dirty tricks and took unfair advantages against Captain Buggy. You don't believe me? Then let me show you the evidence. Instead of fighting fair and square, Luffy went below the belt against Captain Buggy. He hid his family jewels, poked his feet with pricks, tickled, and as if that wasn't enough, when Nami stole Buggy's treasure and dashed to the port, Buggy was distracted and went after Nami. Luffy took advantage of it and tied his different body parts and sent him flying. In summary, that fight was dirty. Luffy played dirty, period. Now let's talk about another crucial fact, and it'll help you to understand the Gorosei decision. In the Marineford War, Dracul Mihawk tried to cut Captain Buggy, but he failed miserably. Unfortunately, Captain Buggy was injured by his own Muggy Ball, but it remains the fact that the greatest swordsman in the world couldn't even scratch Captain Buggy with his sword. And so was Zoro. Zoro was injured badly by Captain Buggy. So the current greatest swordsman and the future greatest swordsman both failed to injure Captain Buggy. It's the fact. Now another fact. Inside Impel Down, somehow Captain Buggy managed to escape from his cell. It contributed greatly to Luffy's escape to level 2 of Impel Down. We know Shanks is related to two devil fruits. One of the fruits is turned out to be a mythical zone, whereas the other is a nightmare for the swordsman. Frankly speaking, I wouldn't be surprised if Captain Buggy's devil fruit turns out to be a mythical zone as well, or at the very least, a special paramecia with zone ability. It had to be a special devil fruit. Now, let's talk about how Captain Buggy became a Yonko. There's a ridiculous theory and non-ridiculous theory. First, let's hear the ridiculous one. The moment I read Captain Buggy became a Yonko, I said, holy shit. And then I started to think, how did it happen? I immediately thought of Dracul Mihawk. I think you did too. I thought maybe Mihawk was passing Captain Buggy's territory and suddenly got attacked by the Marines, and in retaliation, he wiped the fleet. The world government assumed Mihawk became Buggy's subordinate or an ally. That's why they gave Buggy the title of the Yonko. But later, I discarded this idea because Mihawk likes being alone, and allying with Buggy is out of question. I think he also came to the same conclusion. Then it occurred to me that the world government wouldn't carelessly throw Yonko title to any Tom, Dick, and Harry. There must be a reason behind this. So I started to think, why did the world government offer Buggy a Shichibukai title? Well, it's because of his strong subordinates, right? When Hyruddin and other 4 mercenaries of Elbaf left Captain Buggy's crew, everyone thought Buggy's crew became weaker. But what if there are some new subordinates who kept low profile and didn't show their true abilities? They only showed them when they were surrounded by the Marines in a life and death situation. So they fought back with everything they got and forced the Marines to escape. But that alone couldn't justify Buggy's Yonko title. I mean, the world government must deem Captain Buggy as strong as Yonko. Is there anything that could justify it? We have to remember, even Dracul Mihawk couldn't hurt Captain Buggy. And the Vice Admiral went to capture Captain Buggy is Stainless, who is a swordsman. So his ability is useless against Captain Buggy. So he might have tried so many times to cut Captain Buggy, but it didn't work. Moreover, Captain Buggy didn't even try. He didn't even attack Vice Admiral Stainless. In fact, Vice Admiral Stainless was so fast that Captain Buggy couldn't even respond. So he stayed still. But to Vice Admiral Stainless, this act was something else. He interpreted it with something else. He thought that Captain Buggy was just messing with him. Buggy didn't even take him seriously. So it gave him a false idea that Captain Buggy is overwhelmingly powerful. And he's already lucky that Captain Buggy showed mercy on him by not retaliating retaliating. Vice Admiral Stainless didn't see Captain Buggy taking any action against him, so he thought Captain Buggy was just showing mercy on him. He thought, he's not powerful enough to draw Captain Buggy's attention. He's not worthy enough. So he escaped from the scene and reported what transpired from his perspective. The Gorosei also came to the same conclusion as Vice Admiral Stainless, and that's why they entitled him the Yonko of the Sea. It's possible that Shanks might have played a role in it when he made a trip to Marijoa. I'm sorry guys. Currently, I'm under the weather, so I'm sorry about my voice. Anyways, how did Buggy become a Yonko? Comment down below.